Hello, this is Brother Alexis Spagnola again, and I'm going to give a short talk on unplugging yourself from the Matrix. You may have seen the Matrix trilogy at Sci-Fi Extravaganza, and where human beings think they're living in reality, but they're living in a virtual world, and then a few of them break free and realize they're actually plugged into machines, and that the world is hell, and they have to break free from this huge computer of some race of machines that's taken control of the planet. That movie is not sci-fi. That movie is a metaphor for today. The Matrix is the mainstream media. You and I, we've been plugged into it from birth through television, radio, newspaper. We assume they were all independent entities speaking the truth. But they're really controlled by globalists, state intelligence agencies, and political organizations that have malign intentions. We are now at the end of modernity. History as coming to an end, the modern world is coming to an end, just like the Roman Empire fell and came to an end. What happened at the end of the Roman Empire? All the social institutions collapsed? No. What happened in the empire is the rich and the powerful took control of everything and enslaved everyone as serfs. That's what happened at the end of the Roman Empire. Arguably, at the end of the Roman Empire, it might have been a certain necessary because there was a huge volcano that erupted in Indonesia and there were 5 years of famine in Europe. There was no food. But now it's the globalists who say, we have the power, we have the wealth, we control all the technology, all the society, all the information. Why don't we enslave humanity and become the new overlords of a dark age? And that's what they're up to. So this little video is going to be to explain to you something, the most important lesson you can learn after religion in this world, and it's how to unplug yourself from the Matrix. So the Matrix is all these sources of information that you think are free, but they're not. The first step to unplugging the Matrix is be a bit critical. Don't believe everything you see on television or hear on radio or read in the newspaper, especially if it's published by a big company. So to help you be a bit more critical, do the next step. Just go on Wikipedia and see who owns these companies, these stations, these newspapers. And look not just how one company owns another or who founded it years ago or what kind of people run it on its board of directors. Look at the history of the persons. Connect the dots. Do some research. Once you see that this whole big network that you thought is all independent and giving you their own points of view is in fact controlled by a few people, all of whom are a member of the global elite, then you're going to realize that it's a matrix. Put it this way. You go to a football stadium, you're there to cheer for your team. You go down to get a hot dog at the hot dog stand, and everyone around you is saying how lousy your team is and how great is the other team. Now, common sense. You know that they're the fans of the other team, right? Okay. Use the same principle of discernment when you're using mass media. If they're all telling you the same thing, and that serves the globalist elite, then they're members of the team of the globalist elite. And if you want to really understand what's going on in the world, look up the information on Skull and Bones. And who were the members of Skull and Bones? Look up Averell Harriman. Look up the bank called Brown Brothers Harriman. Look up the family of Bush. Look up the family of Trump. Look up the founding of Planned Parenthood by Averell Harriman's mother. Look up Bill Gates and his relationship to Planned Parenthood and the Eugenics Board. And then you'll start seeing how all these people are connected. Then you'll be able to unplug yourself from the matrix, which means it says you don't follow their lead in anything. Matter of fact, if they're saying it, the opposite is probably the truth. Then you'll be unplugged and then you'll be able to start making decisions on your own for your own liberty. Thank you very much for listening to me, and please share my videos.